Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about some of the best songs of the year so far. I already made a video on albums, and today we're going to talk about some of my favorite just single records. I'm going to limit myself to one song per artist because I could pretty much put all of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers here, but we're going to limit to one per artist, and let's get into it. And my first song of the year, which kind of caught me by surprise when I picked it, is The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. And that really surprised me because, again, I love that album so much, and songs like Father Time I wanted to put here, Count Me Out, Mother I Sober, a lot of great songs on there. But the more I thought about it and the more I've just kind of thought about what stuck with me the most, the more I realized that it was The Heart Part 5. The beat of the Marvin Gaye sample is just ridiculously good. It's always stuck in my head, and just the way he flows on that with this kind of erratic, constantly moving pace. This song is so memorable, and he has so much to say on this. Just listen to the song. It's like almost 6 minutes maybe. And it's just perfect all the way through. It's one of my favorite Kendrick songs the more I've thought about it. And it's just so good. I can't even articulate it. I think the number one thing I take away though is how he flows on it, and just how he sits in the pockets of the instrumental. It's just so catchy, and it's so in my head, and all the things he has to say on there about culture. But this is just a great song, and I would definitely recommend listening to it if you haven't already. Next up is something I've already talked about on here, and that's Tread Carefully by SZA. Technically something that she wrote and made back in 2017 or before, but it came out this year on Control Deluxe, so I'm counting it because I don't care, and I love this song so much. It's so good. Like, please listen to this song. I have such a strong opinion on it, and I don't even know why. I just love the vocals. The melodies are just incredible, and it's so catchy. It's so catchy, and SZA just continues to do this every time with making just perfect music. And I promise you won't be disappointed because this whole deluxe, all that is incredible, and I love Tread Carefully. And next up is an underrated song with only like 90-something thousand streams on Spotify, so we need to get that up, and that's 7711 by Felix Ahmed. I already talked about this again in another video I made, I think about some new music that had come out. I got put onto this song on TikTok, I think by Cam, which I talked about in that video, but I'm not going to plug that video. This song is really good. It's reminiscent of some kind of late 20th century soul music, and he just interpolates it so well, has so much to say about just overcoming kind of trauma, and it's just super powerful. The vocals are amazing, and it just is a moment, and it just feels not like a lot of other things that are coming out right now. So definitely go listen to that song, 7711 by Felix Ahmed. It is incredible. Next up is probably my favorite song off of Learn to Swim by Red Veil. It was a super tough decision between Better and this song, but this song is Mars, and this song is so good. I'm gonna say that for every song, but I don't care because that's the best way I can articulate it. The guitar solo in the middle building up to the second half of the song is just special. The first half is great, talking about his alienation, but then when it builds up into that second half, it's incredible, and the hook is special, and this is something I want to play all the time, and his vocals and his just emotion on it are perfect, and please go listen to this song. Next up is Walkin' by Denzel Curry. He just did a Tiny Desk for this album, and his performance of Walkin' was really good, so go listen to that too if you haven't seen it already. Tiny Desk has been pretty on it recently with Raven Lene, who we're going to talk about in a moment, Usher, which came out and is kind of viral everywhere, and then Denzel, so they're definitely doing a great job right now. But Walkin' by Denzel Curry is a great story. The beat is incredible, with the first half being slower with different drums. Then they bring in more of trap drums with a really high pace, and that just goes insane in the second half with the hook and all that. So definitely listen to this if you haven't already, but I'm going to assume you've probably heard it. Okay, quick interjection here. I'm not going to talk about Raven Lene in this video. Mercury is one of my favorite songs of the year, but I'm going to talk about it more in my Features of the Year video. And I should have just mentioned it in both, but I guess I completely forgot in this video. But again, that's one of my favorite songs of the year, so definitely listen to that too. Then we've got Hazard Duty Pay by jpeg Mafia. It kind of came out last year on LP, but got put on streaming services this year once he got the sample cleared. The beat is incredible. His rapping is just really good. His delivery is perfect for the beat, and like the first 8 bars is so catchy, and I heard it like one time in a snippet on TikTok or Instagram or somewhere, and was listening to this song on YouTube for a time, which is not something I usually do with songs that are unreleased. I usually just go about my business and listen to stuff on Spotify because you have to keep the tab open on YouTube and it's just annoying. But I didn't care because this song is incredible and I'm so glad it's on streaming services because it's just special. And so now we got two more. First one is 2012 by Saba. I love this album, Few Good Things, and this is my highlight from it. This song is just about his childhood and where he was in 2012 and saying that back then he had everything he needed. So he goes in the first verse and talks about this girl and just this connection that they had, which is super emotional and personable and really kind of makes you relate to that situation. Maybe not for everybody, but at least for me. And then the second verse is talking about his friends and the things that they would do and just kind of the community that he found in his friends and the start of Pivot Gang and all of that. And the hook is just really, really emotional and talking about he had everything he needed and he kind of took it for granted, I think, back when he had his cousin who passed away, rest in peace, John Walt, and just kind of before a lot of the trauma that he would later go through. And this song is just so powerful and just so nostalgic and is incredible. Might be my #1 song of the year, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I left it for last, but it's so good. Listen to this song, please. It was so good in concert too. I love Saba. And my last one is one that I did not expect to make the list, and that is Through the Fire by Fivio Foreign and Quavo. This beat is just so incredibly catchy and soulful, and everything about it is just super fun to listen to. The chords are great, his delivery is great, and it's just a fun kind of hit song. Quavo has a good verse as well, but Fivio is really in his bag on this song, and just kind of the repetitiveness of the hook and everything just kind of blend together and make it a really, really unexpectedly great song. As somebody who's not usually a fan of Fivio, but definitely listen to this if you're trying to get into him, because this song and the intro from his album Bible definitely made me more aware of him and made me want to listen to more of his music. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up for today. Those are my favorite songs of the year so far. Let me know if I missed any, because I feel like I definitely forgot some, but these are all great songs, and there's definitely a lot more artists that need recognition, but these are my favorites right now. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending your time here with me today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it, if you want to see more videos by me, because hopefully I'm going to have a lot of content on the way. But again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.